right, so we were talking about our favorite consoles.
All time.
All time. So
we're down to number numero uno. This is where it's at. We both know what console it's going to be.
Yeah, we talked about it before.
Stinking console.
And yeah, it's just obvious.
No debate. No debate. Hands down.
So of course, man,
I ever smoked.
It's the Super Nintendo. I'm gonna try to pick games that you maybe won't pick, so we're not the same. But I know there's at least gonna be one or two on there that are gonna be the same.
Damn, this could be the top 25 list.
Oh, dude.
Jeez.
Get out of town, of course.
Easily.
So my number 5 Super Nintendo game would probably be Super Punch-Out.
It's not on my list.
I played it a lot, and it's just a fantastic game, and I would consider, it's hard to say, but it's probably, of the 2 Punch-Out, well, there's 3 Punch-Out games now, but...
the Wii, yeah.
Between the first and the second one, I think I like this one more, just because it's got a bigger cast of characters you fight against, and the graphics are just crazy
Graphics are actually some of the best on the entire console. The controls are great.
Perfect.
The people that you're fighting against are awesome. They're very diverse.
They're different. The only thing about that game is I wish it was harder, because me personally, I can just fly through it pretty easily.
You can beat it like it's nothing. I still think the original Mike Tyson's Punch-Out.
Oh, and I
better.
wouldn't argue with you. It's just I put like the graphics and the fact that it had so many more characters instead of refighting the same ones over and over.
Right.
That's why I would say it's
that
better.
is kind of sucky when you have to fight Piston Honda and Bald Bull like 2 times.
And Don Flamenco. Yeah.
But that dun 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 dun.
That's great, man.
It's so sick. And then.
See, and that's something they took out of Super Punch-Out, is they took out the rounds.
Yeah.
It's just like 1 round, and it goes to 3 minutes or something.
Soda Popinski.
Number 4. This is tough, dude. I would have to say... Oh, gosh. I would have to say Zelda, Link to the Past.
That's in my list.
That's low. That's number 4. That's low. The reason that I put it so low is I actually never played the game back when I was a kid. I played it much later. I was like probably in my 20s when I played that game.
Right.
But it is, without a doubt, one of the best games ever made. And even though I like Ocarina of Time better, I would say Link to the Past is actually technically a perfect game, and Ocarina has several flaws.
Mm-hmm.
But I do like Ocarina better.
Okay.
My number 3 would have to be Harvest Moon.
Damn.
And I know that's not on your list, but
damn.
Dude, everybody in my family got into that game. My sisters, well, at least my younger sister was into that game.
I haven't seen that one in the store
My brother
yet.
was into that game.
We just got that Harvest Moon 64 in.
We did get a Harvest Moon 64.
That's pretty dope.
But that game it's so much fun. And Harvest Moon games have come a long way since, but that one it's just something about its simplicity.
I know what to get you for your birthday now.
Oh yeah, dude, get me Harvest Moon.
When's
Super
your
Nintendo.
birthday again? I always forget. Oh yeah, we have the same birthday. Kind of creepy. Continue.
Number 2 would be Super Mario World.
Boom!
And that'll maybe be on yours too. I don't know. Don't say anything. But yeah, I mean, of course, it came bundled in with the Super Nintendo. Everybody's played it.
Dude, I'm excited for your number 1.
It's a fantastic game. And again, I played it a lot with my brothers and my sisters, and we all got into it. My grandparents bought us that Super Nintendo. I think I was in the 6th grade.
Right.
And we just played that game like to death. And it's just a great game.
It's great.
I mean, aside from the fact that it's very nostalgic.
So I'm going to throw you off of your list that you have and I don't.
Okay.
You get 2 honorable mentions. Because top 5 is hard, man.
Well, Super Metroid. And the only reason Super Metroid didn't make my list is because I think it's going to be on your list, number 1. And number 2, again, I did not play that game. Mm-hmm. When I was a kid, I didn't play that game.
Oh, it's so good.
Played it later.
So good.
That's hard. I mean, if I had time to think about it, I'd probably come up with something else. But I'm just going to say Goof Troop.
Oh, okay.
Because Goof Troop it's a really fun game. It's a little bit Zelda-like. It's 2-player. And I remember playing through that with my brother and my sister.
We got to do a let's play.
We talk about it so much. People are probably like, "What is Goof?"
That's a new segment that will be coming shortly, guys. Okay. All right. So here we go. Drum roll.
You can't guess my number 1?
I was gonna say it's between two for me. Thinking about it, it's either Street Fighter 2 Turbo or Contra 3 Alien Wars.
Oh well, Contra 3, dude. Oh dang, that is such a good game, and that should have been on my honorable mentions list.
Oh, so I didn't get it right.
No, it's freaking Super Mario Kart, man. I can't tell you how many hundreds of hours I spent as a kid playing that game. And again, it was my brothers,
can't believe I didn't think
my
of that.
cousins, my sisters.
Yeah.
Everybody played that game. It was just a blast to play. And the cool thing about Super Mario Kart was the more you played it and kind of screwed around with it, the more you know, because back then we didn't watch Let's Plays and we didn't have, you know, tutorials and all that, so you just kind of learned the game by playing it, and we kind of learned how to do that power sliding. And in the first Mario Kart, it was actually hard to get that power sliding down.
Right.
It wasn't like Mario Kart 64 where you just basically held a button and wiggled the joystick around.
Mario Kart was the friend breaker. So, surprise, surprise, Super Nintendo's my number one. Just going to go right into it.
Of course.
My number 5, I am going to start with Contra 3 Alien Wars. Loved the game. Played it so many times through. Still have never beaten it on hard mode. It's hard. But it's
I wish they had included
amazing soundtrack.
A difficulty between normal and hard.
Yes.
And also I wish it had a couple more levels. But that is like such an incredible game.
It's my favorite Contra by far.
Yeah.
Number 4, I'm going to go with one that most people wouldn't put in their top 5 list, but I just love this game. I'm going to go with Zombies Ate My Neighbors.
Oh, of course, man.
Zombies Ate My Neighbors. Love that game. Like, it's like to my soul. I freaking love that game.
And I should have known that was going to be on your list because, like, we had a complete in-box copy of Zombies Ate My Neighbors, and that's, like, the one item that you just didn't want to part with.
It was hard to sell it. Yeah, I don't really. It was hard to sell that one. That one kind of hurt. But went to a pretty nice guy, and yeah, I hope he enjoys it and takes care of it. But number 3, moving right along, is another one that I don't think a lot of people would expect this game on their list of top 5, but just played it way too much.
I think I know.
NBA Jam Tournament Edition.
Oh dang, no, I didn't know.
NBA Jam Tournament Edition.
Yeah, dude. Yeah, that's so much fun. I mean, I didn't play it a lot. Well, I did play it as a kid with my buddies and stuff, but
that game was so fun. And the cool thing too is that I was actually in the Blockbuster Video Game Championships, won my hometown, went to the state qualifier, and that was the game we had to play. Was NBA Jam, not Tournament Edition, but still NBA Jam's even great. Hang Time's great. But Tournament Edition was the one that we played. I don't know how many times that we've had tournaments here in the store.
We've done 2v2 NBA Jam
with the multi-tap.
Oh, it's so fun.
And there's just, I really can't find a better tournament.
There's something about too when you're playing NBA Jam and you don't have a computer on your team. Because that computer, if you're losing, will just destroy the other team.
And there's a handicap system.
There is still a handicap, but the computer makes it so much worse.
It's just such a great game, so I have to throw that up there. Fantastic. Number 2, I'm going to go actually with Legend of Zelda: Link to the Past.
Okay.
Enough said. And honorable mentions. So my honorable mentions would be Super Metroid, which you said, great game, and I'm going to go with Turtles in Time.
Oh yeah, I forgot about Turtles.
Turtles in Time.
I like Turtle.
I like Turtle.
Okay, so if it wasn't in your honorable mentions, I've got to know what your number 1 game is. Super Mario World?
Super Mario World. The greatest Mario game ever.
Play Galaxy.
Mario World. Yoshi. 96 levels. So good.
It's a
or at least 96
game.
Points is what you can get to at the end. The cape, introduction to the cape, one of the coolest power-ups.
So cool. Yeah.
Just
like Tanuki suit was cool, but then cape was just so much better.
I always thought it was really weird that you had to get a feather to get a cape.
Yeah. I guess.
I don't know why I didn't turn into a bird.
Oh,
but
Mario Bird.
All right, so since we're on the topic, we still have a little bit more time. Least favorite system.
it's weird because if I had to pick like a top 5 favorite consoles, I think the Xbox 360 would be somewhere in there.
Yeah.
Because it had a lot of good games.
Yeah.
But at the same time, it's almost my least favorite system ever made because it started the whole gaming consoles that aren't really about gaming thing. Where it's like the game console has to do
entertainment
10 other things.
Right.
There's DLC for every freaking game.
Which
every
sucks.
game that comes out is unfinished because they can patch it later.
Yep. And make more money.
Downloadable games because that's where everybody's wanting to take
Which
it
is
is
bullshit.
downloadable games and no more physical stuff.
Stupid idea.
So it's hard, dude, because like
in my opinion,
if I had to pick, like, yeah, Xbox 360 kind of started the whole downhill slope of where gaming is headed that I hate. But at the same time, it was a good console. It had a lot of good games, and I played a ton of Xbox 360. I could say, like, worst video game console ever made is the freaking iPad, because I hate mobile gaming. I hate touchscreen gaming.
I saw
hate
kids playing
purchases.
Mortal Kombat on a touch screen, and it was just tap, 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 swipe, swipe.
And
tap,
the success of the iPad App Store is, like, shaping where games are going, where it's like you get a lot of episodic stuff now. You get a lot of games that are free to play, but there's in-app purchases. So if you're impatient and you don't want to wait for your energy to refill, or you don't want to earn coins or whatever the stupid thing is, the slow way, you just put a little bit of money into it. I hate that. And unfortunately, those games have been a big success apparently on the iPad, so that's kind of where video games are going now, which sucks.
I'm going to go with the original Xbox. Just because I never owned one.
Yeah.
I never owned one. Yeah, it's just, I don't, besides Halo, can you think of another game or franchise type of thing that came from Xbox?
Knights of the Old Republic came out on Xbox.
That was on, I believe that was on PS, was that on PS2?
I don't
know if it was.
That ever came.
It's on
to
PC though.
It did come to PC.
Okay, I did play Knights of the Old Republic.
Knights of the Old Republic,
and that's an awesome game.
Franchises. Man,
I actually played Enter the Matrix the first time on the Xbox, and I like that.
Shenmue
game.
2 came to the Xbox.
Played that, but it's the console that I've played the least of.
Yeah. Where
I had a chance to play like the PS2, the Xbox, the Dreamcast, the GameCube, and that was all like right there in front of me. And I had a Dreamcast, I had a GameCube, and I had a PS2. I didn't have an Xbox.
Yeah.
So.
Well, I wouldn't necessarily argue with you that the original Xbox is not a good console, but I think back then Microsoft was trying a little bit harder than they're trying now, because the Xbox was actually a very well thought out console. You know, it had high-speed internet built in. The first console to have a hard drive built in. It had an Ethernet port, and they came out with tons of games that you could system link. The original Xbox controller, that big one that it came bundled with originally, sucks. But the Xbox controller S isn't bad. And of course it had a DVD player and stuff like the PS2 did, but you had to buy that stupid little infrared receiver to be able to use DVD functionality. But yeah, I mean, I wouldn't disagree with you. In hindsight, I don't think it's a good console, but I think it was one of Microsoft's better efforts.
So the moral to this whole segment is just buy a fucking Super Nintendo already.